Hello everyone, this is another session from Tutorials Diary. In this video, we will discuss about Infra and we will see how you can deploy the smart contract to the Ethereum testnet using Infra. So before we jump to the deployment part, let's try to understand about Infra and see how this is helpful to the developers. So the major challenge and the major questions which everyone has today is that how I can connect to the different blockchains, the Ethereum blockchain, it can be your mainnet blockchain, it can be your test blockchains, without downloading all the blockchain to my system. Because it is time consuming to download all the blockchains to your system. It takes many hours to download all the blocks to your system. And you don't have so much space in your system so that you can download to your own system all the blockchains. So this is a question which everyone asks, that how I can connect directly to the blockchain without having any block on my system. So Infra is answer to that one. So if you're not aware about Infra as of today, you might be using the get to download all the nodes to your system, then connecting to your test blockchain or mainnet blockchain, and then you're using to deploy and interact with your blockchain. But Infra make it very easy to interact with the blockchain without downloading any of the block to your system. So you can term it as a middleware that will help you to connect with your blockchains with the help of just one key only. Okay, so now let's see what step we have to follow to connect to the blockchain from using Infra and how we can deploy a smart contract to Ethereum testnet using Infra blockchain, using Infra framework. So first of all, you have to go to this URL, which is infura.io. So here you have to create one key that you will use going forward while deployment of your smart contract. So, okay. So first of all, go to this URL, which is infura.io, and you will see this link, get started for free. Just click on this one. So once you click on this one, this will ask you to sign up. So once you do a sign up, you can just mention your name. I will mention the name here. So I will just say acceptance, then I will say I'm not a robot. So these details we have to provide and say submit. So once you submit this one, this will give you a key. This will provide you an instant key which you have to save from your system. You can just copy this one and save to some file. I'm going to save to my notepad because this will be used later on. And now if you go down here, you can just see this is the networks which you can connect using your key. So if you want to connect to your mainnet, the Ethereum mainnet blockchain, you have to use this URL, which is mainnet.infra.io and your key. And for test networks, this is the URLs which you can have. And as you can see, you can also connect to IPFS using this Infra. So this is a very helpful tool which you can use to connect to different Ethereum blockchains. Okay, so this is the only step which you have to perform on this website. So once you do this one, let's move ahead and let's see what step you have to follow overall to deploy a smart contract to your Ethereum testnet. So I have noted down the steps here in this slide just to summarize what you have to do here basically. So the steps here we have noted on 4 steps at high level. The first step is that create a truffle project. So what we'll do here, we'll create a very simple truffle project and then we will install the hdwallet-provider. So this is equivalent to your Web3 if you have used in the past. So first of all, we'll install that one using npm command. Sometime if you're working on a Windows system, you may have some issue while installation because you may not have Visual Studio installed or Python installed. So for that one, you have to run this command, which is npm install -g windows build tools. If that is already installed, you can skip that step and you can move to third step. So third step, we already see how we can create a key from Infura side, which we already have and we have saved to our system. Then the fourth step is that you have to add the configuration in the truffle.js file so that you can connect to your Ethereum testnet and you can deploy to the smart contract to that blockchain using this infra key which you have. So we will also use MetaMask here in this whole the steps which we have it here. Now let's go and see how we can deploy the smart contract using Infra. Let me make it close this one. So first of all, I will go to my E drive. I will use my E drive here. So first of all, I will go to my command prompt. First of all, I will open the command prompt in a admin mode only so that I don't have any issues. Now, what I will do, I will create one folder. Let me create one student folder only. So now, let me go to my E drive first of all. Then I will create the directory as student. I will go to the student directory. Now I am under the student directory now. Now I will create a truffle project inside this student directory. I will say truffle init. So this should create a project, a truffle project inside my student folder. As you can see, this is successful now. So if you go to this folder, you will see this file scheme. Now I already have a smart contract which I have already. Let me show that to you. So this is very basic smart contract which I have built before, which is the name student, and this has a name and age, and this has two functions, set details and get details. Very basic smart contract which we'll use for this sample. So now what I will do, I will take this smart contract and copy under the contract folder. So I'm just adding a smart contract here which I will use and I will deploy to the testnet blockchain. So this is the step number one. We have successfully created a truffle project and we have used one student smart contract which we'll use to deploy to testnet blockchain using the infra side. Now the next thing is that you have to install hdwallet. So for that one, we have mentioned one command, which is we will take from here, and I will go to the same command here and I will run this command, which is npm install truffle-hdwallet-provider. So you can click on enter here. So in case you encounter any issue here while this installation, as I mentioned before, you have to ensure that this Windows build tools are installed. Okay, so in case you encounter any issue while this command, you have to skip this command, then first of all run that window build tools. Once that is installed, then again run the same command, and that should install your hdwallet successfully. So this will take some time to get installed all the files. So meanwhile, what we'll do, so this is the installation which you have to do. This is step number 2, if you see in this slide which we have mentioned. And third thing we already done. Now the next thing which you have to do here, we have to go to MetaMask. So MetaMask is already installed on my system. So here I will go to MetaMask here. So in this one, I already installed this one. If you don't know how to install this one, you can go to my other videos where I have mentioned how to install MetaMask and why this is needed. So as you can see, MetaMask, I'm currently connecting to the testnet blockchain. Okay, and right now I am having two accounts, account 1 and test account. So what we need to do here in the MetaMask, you need to get the seed. Let me show you. First of all, you have to go to setting. You can go here, reveal seed words, and to get the seed words, you have to enter your password. I will enter my password here. See, okay. So this is the seed words which you might have used in the starting when you have created the account on the MetaMask. So this is, you have to take a copy of this one and you have to save somewhere. So this is very important. You should not share this keywords or these words with anyone else. Okay, so this is what we required for this sample. So what I will do, I will take this one, I will save to my file. I have already saved this one. So as I mentioned before, please do not share this with anyone else. And one thing, you also have to make sure that your account should have sufficient balance. Okay, let me say I have copied somewhere safe. Now I already have 4 ethers here, almost 4 ethers. In case you don't have any ethers here, you can click on buy here and you can go to here, this URL, and you can request one more ether. In case you don't have ether to your account. But I already have an ether, so that we can skip for this now. And now let's move to other step. Let's see whether the installation is completed. Yes, as you can see, the installation is completed successfully. And now the next step is that, as I mentioned the PPT, to go to truffle.js file and add the configuration which we have mentioned here. Now let's go to this student, a truffle file. I will open this one. So here you can see the very first thing. Let me open this one also parallelly. You have to take these two commands. First of all, these two commands and copy at top. So here, whatever 12 words which we have mentioned, we have to take from MetaMask, you have to copy from here. And this should be safely placed to your system. This should not be shared with anyone else. So now save this file. Now we will provide the networks here. So I will go to PPT again. I will go to the network page. I will just copy, then I will explain that to you, what all these options means. So now you can see here, let me do it here, modify this one bit more. Okay, now save this one. So as you can see, I'm defining the networks here. So this is my test network. You can give any name here. So instead of giving this URL, direct URL, what you will do, you have to use this function which is using the HD wallet, which we have installed already. And this is your 12 keywords. Whatever seed words which we have, we will define it here. And then whatever URL you have in the infra side, you can take the URL from here, right? So just take this URL and paste it here, simple. So what I will do, I will have my key here. So this is my key. I will replace it here. So, and network ID for testnet for Ropsten is 3, and I'm defining a gas limit, how much gas I want to spend on this deployment. So this is how it should look like, and by default this command uses a first account. If you want to use some other account, you can say it comma here and you can mention the account here. Okay, so this is optional again if you want to use any other account, but currently I'm using my default account, the first account, so I will not mention it anywhere, anything else here, but you can mention it if you want to use some other account. So now this is all the stuff which you have to do. Now let's do and go ahead and deploy our smart contract to testnet blockchain. So for that one, I'm using this command. So I'm using this .cmd. This is for Windows machine only, because if you use truffle only, it will not work, because you have two files, truffle.cmd and truffle.js with the same name. So I have to specifically mention about this truffle.cmd file here. I will say migrate, and then network, and then ropes. But before I run this command, we have to do one more step, which is part of the truffle framework. You have to go and create one migration file. So this is a migration file. If you have worked on the Truffle framework in the past, you might be aware about the migration file, why it is used. So I will simply take a copy of this one. You can create this file from Truffle command as well, but I'm just taking manually here. I'm saying student migration. Open this one. I will say. So this command will help you, this JS file will help you to deploy your smart contract to the blockchain. So this is the prerequisite before we run that command. So now we have done that one. Now let's go ahead and run that command. So now this will first of all compile your smart contracts. So as you can see, something goes wrong here. Okay, something is not correct in my truffle.js. Let's see that one. What is wrong here? Okay, let me see if that solves the issue or not. Okay, still has the issue. Something is not right in my here. Let me go and take the same code. I will copy the whole stuff here. Let me compare what I have done wrong. Okay, seems like I have missed one parenthesis. So let me do one thing. Let me delete this one and copy this one. Okay, now let me try again. I hope this will work. So this is compiling your smart contract first of all, then it is going to deploy your smart contract to the testnet blockchain. As you can see, this is first of all running the initial migration, then it will run your actual migration. And the smart contract will get deployed on some address. So let's wait for that. And while doing the compilation, you can also see, this is the address migration. This is the address where this smart contract get deployed on the testnet blockchain. And you can see the first one is successful. Now it is going for the other one, which is run, which is our smart contract. Let's wait for that. This is coming every time. So close this one. So now you can see this is running the second one, which is a student smart contract. This takes some time because someone has to go and mine your transaction, and they have to say successful, then only it will be successful. So this is the reason it is taking some time here, but this should not take much time. This is your testnet blockchain, so this should be quick. Okay, so this is successful. As you can see here, so my student smart contract get deployed, and this is the address which I have got. So this is how you can deploy your smart contract to Ethereum testnet blockchain using the Infura. This is quite helpful. You can see here I haven't downloaded any of the blockchain content to my system, but I still able to deploy that to the testnet blockchain. So now you can just go and take this address. Either you can take the address from here, or you can go to this same folder, go to build, contracts, and your student JSON file, and you can check that this contract got deployed where. You can see it here. This is deployed on third network. The network ID is 3, and this is the address where it got deployed. Now you can go and check it here from the site, which is ropsten.ethereum etherscan.io. You can go and do a search here and just say go, and you can see this one. This is a contract. This is a contract address, and this is mentioning that this is 1 minute ago. This got deployed successfully. So this is very simple, but this is a few steps which you have to follow without having any storage to your system, without downloading all the files, without waiting for many hours for the blockchain. And this infra is very helpful. Thanks for watching.